Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I am coming to you with another haul. This is the week of haul videos, clearly. Last week was the week of TBR videos, this is the week of haul videos. So yesterday, not yesterday, I filmed it yesterday, but on Tuesday I had a Category Romance thrift store book haul. And today I've got a library haul. So, was not planning on this. I had 2 books that I had to take back to the library. I took them back today. Today is Sunday, is the day I'm filming this. And I was by myself. My husband was here at home. He's not fancy on the library. He doesn't want to go in. Usually if he's even waiting in the car, I try and keep it quick, but he was at home and I had all the time and nothing else to do. Sorry for the glare of my glasses. It is the light over there. But I'm like, let's just take a wander around, see what we see. And I borrowed 6 books. I have absolutely no business borrowing any books from the library because I don't need to. I have enough books, but I can't help myself, you guys. I can't help myself. And they didn't cost me anything, so that's my justification. I can read them if I get to them. If I don't get to them, I don't get to them. It made me happy. I would like to read them all. I'd like to read everything that's on my TBR in the month of June and every month. But unless I suddenly become independently wealthy and don't have to work for a living, that's not going to happen. So for now, we're just going to enjoy borrowing books from the library, again, because it makes me happy. So I thought I would show you guys the books that I did borrow from the library. So I don't know, I just like going to the library. I really, really do. It makes me happy. So anyway, first book that we have here is Murder Lo Mein by Vivian Chen. This is a cozy mystery. It is the 3rd book in the Noodle Shop mystery series. This is the next one I need to read. The other reason, I was in the library for a good hour and I literally had my cell phone in my back pocket or in my hand with Goodreads pulled up, looking at books that looked interesting and being like, oh, that looks like a good book. Is it where is it in the series? Because I am really, really trying now to be reading books in series. So I've read the first 2 books, and I think I've read the 5th book in this series, but I got to go back and read book number 3. So this is the 3rd book, Murder Lo Mein. They had it on the shelf. I thought, why not? The next one, should I read the back of these for you guys? Lana Lee's stake in her family's Chinese restaurant is higher than ever now that she's been made manager. So when she enters wholly into Cleveland's Best Noodle Contest, Lana makes it her business to win at all costs. But when a local food critic receives a threatening note in a fortune cookie and is later found dead, face down in a bowl of lo mein, all bets are off. Now, along with her sweet and sour boyfriend, Detective Adam Trudeau, Lana decides to take matters into her own hands and dig into the lives of everyone involved in the contest. But when she receives an ill-fated fortune, Lana realizes that in order to save the reputation of her restaurant, she needs to save herself first. So yeah, Murder Lo Mein, book number 3 in the series. Next up, we have here a book called Kiss Me That Way by Laura Trentham. I have read this author before. She wrote the Highlander and a Pickup Truck series. That was a 3-book series. I still need to finish the last book in that series, but that's neither here nor there. This is the first book in the Cotton Bloom series, I think. So I looked it up on Goodreads. It was the first in the series. It was sitting there. I've not read any of the books in the series, so it's a contemporary romance, which you guys know I love. So it said, Cade Fournette has never had it easy in Cotton Bloom. He's stuck around long enough to raise his orphan siblings and then hightail it out west and never looked back. Even though he's made a success for himself in Seattle, Cade never lost the toughness and angry edge that helped him survive down south. His only weak spot, the girl he left behind. Monroe Kirby came from the wealthy side of town, but that didn't protect her from her mother's drinking or her mother's boyfriend. It was Cade who did that on a long ago hot September night before he disappeared, along with a piece of her heart. Now Monroe is a physical therapist who can fight for herself, and it's Cade who could use some saving when he makes an unexpected return back home. Will he and Monroe pick up where they left off and finally explore their intense connection, or will the secrets of the past divide them once more? That sounds really, really good, doesn't it, you guys? So yeah, Kiss Me That Way, Laura Trentham, first book in the Cotton Bloom series. A river divides Cotton Bloom into 2, the upscale enclave on the Mississippi side and the rough and tumble side in Louisiana. So there we go. Next we have a historical fiction. I believe this is a historical fiction novel. It's not labeled that on the side. Summer 1940. It's a historical fiction novel. We have Boardwalk Summer by Meredith Jagger. I have heard of this book. I've seen this book around. It came out a couple of years ago. 2018 is when it came out. I do like that my library puts that up there, September of 2018. So yeah, this one looks really good. I do love a good historical. Summer 1940. Well, who knew? It was right on the back. When Violet Harcourt is crowned Miss California in her hometown of Santa Cruz, she's determined to see herself on the silver screen. But Violet's pageant victory comes with a price. Cracks appear in her seemingly perfect marriage, and she quickly discovers Hollywood is not the glittering escape she dreamed of. So she makes a bold decision, leaving her name in headlines and her fate a mystery. Summer of 2007, single mother Marisol Cruz lives in a charming seaside cottage that belonged to her grandfather Ricardo, once a famed performer on the beach boardwalk. Drawn to her town's local history, Mari embarks on a journey that uncovers her grandfather's lifelong secret, his connection to a beauty queen named Violet who died too young, and a story of tragedy and courage that will forever transform her. Does that not sound fantastic? I mean, come on. That sounds so good. Yes, very excited about that one. The next one I have here is a series that I have read, I think, one book in. It's a long-running series. I think there's something like 26 books in it. It's another cozy mystery. And this is not... Okay, so I've read a later book in this series, like much later, like book 15 or something like that. I had it from NetGalley, and I really enjoyed it. And I keep meaning to go back and read to the beginning, but this is not the first book in the series. The library didn't actually have it. And I debated on picking this up or not, but this part of me really wanted to read one of the books in this series. So I picked this one up, and this is Murder in Morningside Heights. This is by Victoria Thompson, and it is a gaslight mystery. So it's a cozy mystery, I believe set in Gilded Age, New York. After spending his first few weeks as a private detective by investigating infidelities of the wealthy, Frank has a more serious case at hand. Abigail Northup of Tarrytown, New York, was her parents' pride and joy. After graduating from a prestigious women's college in Morningside Heights, she took a job as an instructor. She also joined the ranks of the New Women, ladies planning for a life without a husband in which they make their own decisions and make a difference in the world. Unfortunately, her murder ended it all. So that's all I'm going to read. I think this might be like another one of the books in the teens. 17, 18, 19. I'm not absolutely certain where this falls in the series. It doesn't say. I know I had it pulled up on Goodreads originally, but it's the one that looked the most interesting to me out of all the ones that were on the... Oh, this should tell me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. This is book number 19, I think, but don't quote me. Murder in Morningside Heights, Victoria Thompson. So I don't know how many of you have read this series, but I am excited about jumping back into it. Again, it's something that... The library for me is mood reading. Like, I know a lot of you tease me about my very structured TBRs, but the library when I go there is my mood reading. I walk around, what looks good, what jumps out at me, what's like, read me, read me. So yeah, this is my version of mood reading. Then we have another cozy mystery, Tea and Treachery. This is the first in the series, and this is by the great Vicki Delaney. This is part of the Tea by the Sea mystery series, I think. I hate when the library covers up whatever. This is a fairly recent release, December of 2020. I think there's only 2 books in this series. In this charming new cozy mystery series from national bestselling author Vicki Delaney, a New York City expat turned Cape Cod tea shop owner must solve the murder of a local real estate developer to help her feisty grandmother out of a jam. So that's what this one is about. That's all I'm going to read. Tea and Treachery. Look how gorgeous that cover is, right? So yeah, so this one will be good. I'm looking forward to it. Again, was in the mood. I saw it. I'm like that. Actually, I saw the second book. And I'm like, ooh. And I looked and I'm like, okay, it's the second book. I'm like, I wonder if they have book 1. And they did. So bonus. And then last but not least, another historical fiction novel. I love these. You guys know I'm a big historical fiction fan. We have Summer Darlings. Clearly, I have summer on the brain. By Brooke Leah Foster. Or Brooke Lee Foster, maybe. So there's the cover. I think this is the 1960s. Yes. Set during the splendid summer days of 1960's Martha's Vineyard, this page-turning debut novel pulls back the curtain on one mysterious and wealthy family as seen through the eyes of their nanny, a college student who, while falling in love on the elegant island, is also forced to reckon with the dark underbelly of privilege. Again, that's all I'm going to read. So that sounds really good too, right? So yeah, and there's just something about library books with this like kind of crinkly, I've talked about this before, this crinkly cover. So yeah, library book haul. A library mood reading book haul, if you will. I've got 6 books here. Can I get through them all before they are due to go back? Who knows? Let's find out together. But I've been really good lately as well with only having like 1 book on the go at a time. But I might add one of these into the rotation as well. So like have a TBR book and a mood read book. So yeah, so yay for these. Oops, maybe I should do it this way so you guys can actually see the titles and stuff. So yay for all of these. I'm very, very excited. I think that they're going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, so stay tuned for my weekly vlogs to see what I read, what I get to, and what I think about them. And if you guys like these, I'll keep doing them because, you know, I try and stay away from the library, but I really can't. I enjoy going far too much. There is just so many good things. You know, I mean, really, you could take hours just combing through the shelves just to see what jumps out at you. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to try authors that I'm not familiar with. I mean, in some cases like Laura Trentham and, you know, Vivian Chen, I have read both of these authors before. But like Meredith Jagger, I've never read before. And I mean, Vicki Delaney I've read, but like this one, the Summer Darlings book, like this looked fantastic. And it was just sitting there on the shelf. And I'm like, okay, I will read you and take you home and give you a read. So anyway, I'm rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this and let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought about them. And until my next video, take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.